What's going on, everybody? JJ the Unhinged Fucktard, vocalist of God's favorite slam band, GORESLUG. And today I wanted to explain what got me into this genre and why I perform in it. So first things first, let's go back. It all goes back and starts my 10th grade year. So I was on the back of the bus with a friend and everybody up front was bumping that horrible fucking mumble rap shit. Okay? People said that that's good, and it's crazy how they act, how ironically thinking that it's good. So my buddy, who was sitting across from me, he was like, I got something that'll cancel that out. And he hits me with Waking the Cadaver's song, Chase Through the Woods. Heard the first line of vocals, and my mind was blown. I'm like, holy shit. How was that a fucking human performing such vocals like that? And then right at that moment, I knew I wanted to learn how to do those vocals. So as somebody who's been in band, I was a saxophone player in my 4th and 5th grade years and also in chorus as well. But it didn't take until high school when I was still in chorus to learn how to properly use my diaphragm. And it all started with that. I started practicing, listening to the bands that I discovered in this genre, and I'm like, whoa, that sounds cool. This sounds cool. I want to try all of these vocals. And then over the years, after years and years of practice, because I hate people that say that it's just noise. It actually is talent. It takes talent to perform the vocals. And if you people understood how long it takes of a journey to perpetuate and achieve that, is outstanding, because it takes a while to learn how to do them. And will you get them right off the bat? Absolutely not. There were weeks where I was losing my voice after practicing so roughly, trying to resemble the bands that I like, from Cranium to Cephalotripsy to Waking the Cadaver themselves. I thought it was going to be easy because they make it look easy, but in reality, when it comes to actually learning how to do them, you learn that it's not so easy. So that's where it all started with slam. And then I had another buddy who showed me more bands within the genre, and that's what sent me down the fucking rabbit hole of slam and brutal death metal. I'm like, I love the gurgly gutturals that sound like a backed up sewer pipe. I love the pig squeals. I love even the pig grunts and the predator vocals. Like, there are so many layers of bands with layers of sounds in this genre that it's unique of its own. And that's why I like slam. It stands out. It's like an art without lyrics. And many people say that there's no lyrics, but really you don't listen to any of the bands specifically for lyrics. I just think of the vocalist as another instrument. So now that that is out of the way, I'm going to describe what got me into my style of slam, because when people say slam, their slam can differentiate from what we have in common with the genre. So GORESLUG, I took all of the bands that I liked and picked each vocal out that they do. And that includes Crepitation. That's what taught the, I call it the Wobble Box because their vocalist was called Captain Wobble Box. I incorporated that into GORESLUG. Esophagus, Heinous Killings, and what was the other band that does them? Yeah. Oh, Blastocystia. Blastocystia, Heinous Killings, and Esophagus were the bands that inspired me to do the Predator vocals, and then the really insane pig squeals and even deeper gutturals I learned from bands like Waking the Cadaver and Cranium. So I took all of those bands, oh, and Devourment too. I can't leave the godfathers of the genre out. Devourment, rest in peace, Win Up. I took all of those bands that I was listening to, learned how to do each and every one of their vocal styles, did what I could to sound close to them, but put my own little technique on them so that way it doesn't all sound the same, because that's the problem with this genre. A lot of people think it all sounds the same. I don't hear it. I personally believe that every band is unique. So I took all those styles from that bands, the bands that I listened to in slam, and then that's what came up with GORESLUG. Because if you listen to any of the songs, you'll realize that there's multiple vocal tracks that I record when I'm recording a song for that project. And it ranges from the predator vocals, the alien frog vocals, the pig grunts, and even the gutturals and pig squeals. I layer them. So when I'm recording a song for GORESLUG, I like to layer each style. That way I don't lose track of what I'm going to do next. So let's say I'm recording a song and I want to start it with all gutturals. I'll do that, and then I'll add another layer, and then I'll put pig squeals into those parts. And then I'll add another layer to put the Predator vocals, and then another layer to fit in some very backed up drain sewer sounding gutturals, mixed with a little bit of the alien frog vocals. And then when you blend that all together, you are left with GORESLUG. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, exactly how I got that name for the project. So if you look at most bands within this genre, it's always something themed around death or a disease or a medical issue. So I wanted to be unique. So I was sitting around just like combining words, because like when I'm coming up with a name in this genre, I like to make it stand out. That way it doesn't just sound like a copy and paste from any of the other bands or rip off of the other bands, because all bands have their own unique style. So I wanted to have a unique sounding name. So what got the name GORESLUG was I was thinking of brutal words that sound like disgusting and but still brutal. So I took the word gore, which is bloodshed. That's literally what gore means, bloodshed. And then the word slug, not the slimy creature that you see on your driveway during the summer that you want to dump salt on. But a slug is actually what they call a very strong shotgun round. And then I combined the words together, and then GORESLUG was started, and the rest is history. So there, that's for the people who wanted the origin of the name. So it was a combination of two brutal words to even sound more brutal. So the main inspirations for GORESLUG were none other than Crepitation, because they have that layered vocals too, with only two vocalists in the band, and I think that's pretty fucking awesome if you ask me. Crepitation, Cranium, Cranium's two side projects, one being Matt's diphenylchlorazine band, which is like sewer sludge slam. Like it's practically about like, oh, what's the theme of their songs? Oh, it's like based off of like Chernobyl's and radioactivity and shit. It's pretty cool. Like radioactivity, like sludge slam. It's pretty cool. Like biochemical referenced slam, diphenylchlorazine. So yes, Cranium and Cranium's two side projects, Martin and Matt's project Dragon Entrails, and then Motz's project Diphenylchlorazine. I can't even type the name, but I can pronounce it pretty clearly. How ironic is that? Also, Waking the Cadaver, big Don Campin fan. I learned some of his vocals. Now, the style of vocals that I learned from him was mostly pig squeals, and also those like inhaled gutturals, even though I don't perform them on any of the songs, even though maybe in the future when I release another GORESLUG album, I can incorporate them into the album on a song, or maybe a few songs. The possibilities are endless. So Waking the Cadaver, and then Devourment. I call them the godfathers of slam, because a lot of people, I know there's a lot of elitists in the metal community that would say, well, actually that one riff from Suffocation is what gave birth to slam. Yes, that was the origin, but I really do believe that Devourment were the pioneers that brought the genre further into the light, if you know what I mean, especially with Wayne Knupp's gurgly, gargling gutturals. And by the way, speaking of Devourment, I loved the new EP. It was fucking brutal. I love how it sounds just like their 138 era when they started. It's pretty killer. Ruben's vocals are amazing on there. His gutturals are insane, man. But now we're getting off topic. So Devourment got a lot of the gutturals, and then Heinous Killings, Esophagus, and Blastocystia was what inspired those Predator vocals. So that's a lot of the bands that inspired it. Oh, and I forgot Cephalotripsy. They're the ones who I inspired my very, very, very low inhuman backed up sewer pipe gutturals. I forgot to mention Cephalotripsy, because I even thanked them the day before I dropped the album when I was thanking everybody for supporting it. So that was the origin of what got me into slam, where I came up with the name for GORESLUG and the bands that inspired this project. And these same bands were also the ones that inspired my new slam project, Guttural Jugular. And you can listen to Demo of Sickening Brutality. It's on my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. And also, I'd like to thank a lot of the new subscribers for stopping in and subscribing. You guys are amazing. Without y'all, this channel wouldn't exist. You guys are awesome. Keep on showing love and support. Keep your slam faces on, and keep on supporting underground slam and brutal death metal.